This is Quicktake. I dredge the depths of the internet looking for gaming news so you don't have to.
Number 1.
This month we have seen Nvidia, Sony, and Microsoft each launch their own pre-orders for the next generation of gaming devices. Two of the three certainly messed up, and most gamers are upset about it. Nvidia with the 3080 and 3090 launch has certainly shown that bots and eBay are their preferred vendor of choice, not you, the general consumer. Sony announced that they were going to do a pre-order the day after the PS5 price and release dates were announced, then decided no, they were going to push that up even more and immediately drop a pre-order while the majority of gamers were actually asleep. In both of these instances, you have Microsoft, who successfully launched a traditional pre-order campaign with what seemed to be plenty of availability and actually came out pretty unscathed given what their competition has done. Two things about this. One, do not buy from scalpers. Do not buy from eBay. Do not buy any of the overinflated prices that you are going to see for either the console or these graphics cards. Quite honestly, it just feeds into the problem itself. And number two, use sites like Now in Stock in order to figure out when availability has returned. You can get text notifications, you can get web browser notifications, you can join Discord channels. All of that is designed to help get you the object that you are desiring.
Number 2.
The US government under the Trump administration has announced that they're going to further investigate Tencent and its US holdings in Riot Games, Epic, and Activision Blizzard. They're doing this under the auspices of protecting consumer rights and consumer personal data. But at the same time, they're saying that this is actually a national security threat. I believe in both of these instances, the reason that they're giving is complete fabrication, and really it's just the Trump administration continuing to try to battle with Beijing and tariffs and other kinds of take hard stance against China. This is bad for gamers across the board, and of course, it is going to be bad for the industry across the board. These international investment opportunities in the United States and these game companies have allowed companies like Riot as well as Epic to grow into the size that they have. And in the case of Epic, having the capital to be able to take on Apple and even Valve in their storefronts.
Number 3.
Microsoft has decided that they are going to publish a few Sony exclusive games by acquiring Bethesda. Actually, Zenimax Media is who they acquired, but through that they acquired Bethesda. Now, Microsoft has stated that they are not really interested in exclusivity deals and those kind of things. The acquisition itself was $7.5 billion, which makes you wonder what exactly is Microsoft acquiring this studio basically for. Several rumors pointed to the fact that Starbound might have ended up being a timed exclusive for the PlayStation 5, but I have another hypothesis, and that's quite honestly that Microsoft is playing a completely different game than Sony. What Microsoft is interested in becoming is a services company. They are interested in pushing you into their ecosystem, and by controlling the release of games, the development of games, the schedule of these games, they can ensure that you are invested in their platform, a la Game Pass, and not so invested in other platforms a la PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus. It's going to be an interesting time to find out what Microsoft really does with Bethesda, though they have said that they are likely to just remain as independent as they possibly can. So, could be a cool thing, might be a horrible thing. We're going to have to find out.
Number 4.
Are you ready to pay $70 per game? Sony certainly thinks you are, announcing that exclusive Sony titles are likely going to be priced upwards of $70. Sony has also pointed to certain industry trends such as the price of development increasing. Lastly, NPD has released a study that basically says gamers are happy to pay $70 per game. So let me go through the 3 points of why I would be happy to pay $70. The first is that you actually give me the full game. If you give me all of the relevant story or important multiplayer aspects of a game, yes, I will pay you $70. If you let your company unionize and let you treat your employees fairly, absolutely I will pay $70. And if you cut back on CEO and executive bonuses in order to make sure that games are properly developed, sure, I will be happy to pay $70. Outside of those windows though, I still have my concerns that you as a game publisher or game company are probably just trying to rip me off and are still gonna nickel and dime me through microtransactions and useless DLC. Time will tell.
Number 5.
Lastly, as an avid PC gamer, I was super excited to hear the news that Sony was bringing more console exclusives to the PC ecosystem. And they're doing so because their first two ventures in this actually did very well. Horizon Zero Dawn sold 716,000 units, while Stranding sold over 470,000 units. Horizon Zero Dawn actually outperforming The Witcher 3 initial sales for the first month of availability. This of course bodes very well for us in the PC gaming space, seeing more Sony exclusives falling onto the PC, which makes me wonder, is hardware exclusives actually a thing anymore? Do we need this at all? If you're capable of investing into a decently powered computer, why not just let me play any game that I want to be able to play on that device, especially now that you're going to charge me $70 for the privilege to do so. So this is a boon, obviously, for PC gamers, and honestly, the more titles that are able to get out, the more it's going to impact gamers as a whole. So PlayStation 5 buyers and users will also benefit. So this has been Quicktake, a review of this week's news that could be impacting your gaming life. I'm TheGrayingTech, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend.